welcome back. Time for a new edition of My Maine Gardens. We are talking hostas here with Deb. So Deb, it's been maybe hotter than normal out of the gate for our summer so far, and your hostas have been some of the recipients of an unpleasant side effect of that
Took a little bit of a beating.
Yeah.
We had that super hot day in July when it was like 100 degrees, and I know I'm not the only one. Many people found that their hostas looked like this.
Yeah, take a look at that.
Which basically is sunburn.
Yep.
You know, hey, if I sit out in 100-degree weather without protection, I'm going to get sunburn too.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what happened. So I'm going to talk about how you can prevent this in the future and also how you can clean them up so they look a little better and they're happier.
And you got some here?
Yeah, right. So these are, you can see evidence of burning. Now, hostas prefer a shadier environment, okay? Do not plant hostas in full sun because they will just burn all the time. They prefer shade. This is generally a shady spot, but again, that was just an extreme amount of heat and sun that hit them. If that continues continuously and your hostas continue to burn, then you really need to relocate them to a shadier spot. Okay. And I recommend doing that in the fall rather than...
Yeah, so you're kind of in it at this point.
Yeah. The other thing you can do to protect them, if it's kind of, you know that there's going to be a super hot day, be sure that they're well mulched because mulch will keep the moisture in. Give them a good amount of water. That will help protect them from sun damage. And you can even cover them. You can get shade cloth at garden stores, garden centers. Or if you're like, yeah, I really don't have time to go buy shade cloth, but I've got an old sheet in my house. You can cover them with an old sheet. You can stake it up if you want. If you know it's just going to be an extreme day. Just like when we know there's a frost coming. Same kind of thing. If it does happen, and you know, it may happen, what I do is I go in and I trim, I go down to the base of the stem and I just cut those damaged stems out. And you can see I did that on these plants. And what happens is they look better, but you also have new growth coming. Okay, so just cut off anything that isn't healthy and you will stimulate new growth. This was also a good test for me because right after that sun damage, I cut the damage off of these plants and it hasn't occurred again. So that tells me it was one of those kind of hopefully one and done circumstances, so I'm not going to think about transplanting these at this point.
So, okay, just maximizing the power of the plant's growth because as you can see here, there's some damage already done to it, so might as well move on from that. And if you can see, as you kind of pan across all of them, the different size of the two and what Deb has taken away from those that were damaged. So yeah, I think I can wrap my mind around that because you don't want to waste any of that good growing power, right? So move on from the bad stuff and keep what you got protected.
I'll clean them up. And one final thing, there's different varieties of hostas, and some are able to handle more sun than others. Those that are variegated, the more green and white types, can handle a little more sun than the solid green hostas.
Okay, so know what you got.
Know what you got.
All right, there you go. If you want to see this again, you go to our website, wabi.tv. Also, information there about the weather. If you know it's going to be super hot, maybe you know in advance that you should protect some of those hostas should some of these conditions exist around your plant life. Go to our website again, wabi.tv, as seen at 4 p.m. Back with more right after.